So what would your plans be for, if you would get elected, to, as we were just discussing, reducing federal spending? What plans?
Well, my commitment to the people in the 18th District and people of Ohio is we've got to set the right signals coming out of Washington, and we've got to provide confidence in the private sector so the private sector can feel confident to investigate and grow the economy and create jobs. And the things we need to do, number one is we got to cut spending. We got to get our fiscal house in order. And I think what we really need to do is look at discretionary spending at getting it back to fiscal year 07 levels, 08, 07, 08, whatever. Absolutely has to be done. And we have to stop the raising the taxes. We got to cut taxes. And right now, we're looking right now at January 1st, the biggest tax increase in American history. They're going to take the capital gains from 15 to 20%. We ought to be cutting that down to 5% or suspending it. They're going to raise income taxes. The state tax comes back. Of course, now with the so-called healthcare reform, we have massive tax increases in there. I've talked to business people that are in a position to do some hiring, and they're afraid to hire because of the healthcare. And then some of the other areas of uncertainty with the cap and trade issue. You're going to artificially raise the price of energy. We need to have a bountiful supply of energy that's affordable to drive our growing economy. And pretty much everything they're doing in Washington, D.C. is opposite what they should be doing. They're just driving people to hoard their cash and not invest it and not create jobs and grow this economy. There was a report here about 2 weeks ago. The top 500 companies, non-financial companies in the United States, are sitting on $1.8 trillion in cash. They're just not going to put it out there for risk. And I talked to a lot of small businessmen here in the district, and some of them have credit's been an issue too, because the federal government's borrowing so much money, they're competing with the private sector. So that's a problem. But we do have a lot of people in the private sector and small business that have the means to. I talked to one here in the district that is ready to invest another $1 million in his business, create about 30 new jobs, grow his business, and he doesn't have to borrow the money to do that. He's got the resources to put it, and he's holding back doing it because of all this uncertainty. And you don't want to risk, your life savings, your business you build up, and have things go bad because, all this uncertainty. What's interest rates going to do? Are we going to have inflation, stagflation, deflation, energy costs, healthcare? I mean, we are at the highest level of uncertainty unknown probably in my lifetime, and that's just stifling, economic growth. And now that since we're seeing bigger and bigger government, at some point you have to pay for that, and it's becoming a national security issue because we're borrowing from China and everywhere else. We're risking our national security. We're having bigger government. It's an erosion of our freedoms, and our standard of living and quality of life is going backwards. And how we turn that around is we cut the spending, get spending under control, cut taxes, rein in the bureaucrats in Washington, D.C., and so our businesses and our entrepreneurs out here understand what the playing field is and have some confidence that going forward we're on firm economic ground and they'll make those investments. So I'm fully confident that the private sector will do the right thing when the government gets out of their way. And that the good thing about this country is we are such a dynamic, diverse, and large country. We can overcome a lot. And if you look back on our history, we've done that. And the American people, I think, are at that point again where they rise up and we wake up and they take action. And I think you're going to start seeing that starting in 99 days in November.
It was recently reported in the last couple of days that Britain is actually decentralizing their healthcare system, while it seems like America is plunging headlong into what the rest of the world has found out doesn't work, and they don't know how to get out of it. If you'd be elected, you and hopefully the cadre of others that would be unseated